Well, I've come to and fro because while my mother was alive, I'd come and visit her. But, you know, I haven't really been regularly for over 20 years. I came last, I believe, in '96. And that was the Sophia Gray lecture tour. And I came to this house, actually. I came to see this one. The other houses I actually never got into, you know, so it's been a long time.
I haven't seen them for years and years from the inside, because on several trips to Cape Town, the first time I went to look at the outside of Rowan Lane, the razor wire was in great big rolls on top of the walls, so I quickly scurried off. But I guess it was 1996, I came to Cape Town for a few weeks for my sins, I was on the jury for the Cape Town bid, you know, the Olympic bid.
Oh my God.
And so I was hanging around in Cape Town for about 2 weeks, and that's the last time I saw this house from the inside. Actually, Mickey came up to me at the award ceremony and said, hello, Tony, and I instantly recognized him both by the voice and the appearance. So that's the last time I came here.
Oh, look, I think they are absolutely contemporary. I mean, what's really important is, you know, a house like this has been so carefully looked after, and it holds its own against time. And if anything, it's even better than it was when we started, right, Tony?
Yeah,
and I would
absolutely.
say the same of Rowan Lane, actually, you know. You know, we had creative opportunities with good clients, and they don't come up often.
And they were all in a bunch over 3.5 years. So, you know, each building was in a way sort of supporting and generating ideas of the other buildings. And so I think that accounts for the consistency too. The fact that the conditions were very different, but the preoccupations carried from building to building. And I still see them as a group. I don't see them as a separate project.
No, they absolutely are as a group. And, you know, this was designed quite quickly, if I think about it.
Yes.
I mean, weeks, not months.
Well, we were very fortunate, we were very lucky in our clients. But beyond that, I think the sort of familiarity and I guess the care had a lot to do with the fact that we were concerned about issues of daily living, you know, very much so, and all the constraints and possibilities. So it's not a question of imposing a kind of a foreign, completely unpredictable design on clients at all.
No, not at all. The politics weren't on our side, let's put it that way. No, I think it was, we were lucky to come for that period. It was very intense, very busy, very creative. And it was time to move on to a bigger world, actually, at that moment. And, but it gave us a really good foundation from which to proceed, you know. And Tony's completely right. This is a set of buildings, and they're all obsessed with building and landscape and the relationship between the two, which is quite logical if you think about the context of Cape Town with, you know, this amazing setting and so on. Obviously, we're trained in a modernist tradition. That's who our teachers were, and we were true to that. But, you know, we weren't slavish. I mean, I think Damien Properties, you know, obviously is referencing, you know, Corbu, okay? But a house like this, I think is pretty original, actually. I think the language, you know, the language we had and the plasticity and everything else was a genuine response to context. It was the mountain, it was the stream, it was all these things. And I think we made a language that was our own. And I think, in a way, this house and the share house, which, you know, is no longer seen in isolation because it's been added onto, you know, very much a pair. I mean, this was literally within months of each other that this was going on. And, you know, from this house we learned for that house. And, you know, it was playful, you know,
well, the
creative
simultaneous or nearly simultaneous development was, and I think we were also consciously trying to produce a language of building that responded to a number of issues that we were preoccupied with from, you might say, a theoretical point of view, but also equally responsive to the environment. And that sort of tied that the fact that the houses, each one of them, each of the buildings, was tied to a very particular site. I think that was really delightful, and it wasn't a matter of trying one idea. There were a whole collection of ideas that were more or less feasible in different places.